Hey, yo, Jason.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Say something to her. Holla at her.
I got one question. How'd you fit all that in them jeans?
And welcome everybody to another live edition of First and Goal. Sorry about the pause there. My computer decided to, at that moment, block my entire screen where I'm trying to produce with a, do you want to accept the risk of the antivirus wearing out, and you can pay us $89.99 for it.
Way to go, Jay.
Stupid. I don't have, it's like spam stuck on my computer. It's ridiculous.
Ooh, someone's been on some naughty sites.
No, it's my McPhee that came on the computer, and they gave me a free 30 day, yeah, whatever the hell they want to call it. They kissed my butt.
Oh God, you're in a great mood tonight.
Anyway, I digress. I'm in a wonderful mood. I'm just saying, it's an annoyance that I don't like. So here we go. Let's get to our news updates.
All right. So I was just going to go right into it. I was looking at it. Actually, as I was scrolling for any last-minute things that popped up, one thing did pop up. The 49ers actually solidified their line for a couple more years. They actually, 1 minute ago, just extended out Joe Staley, their block and left tackle, for another 2 years. So they're giving Jimmy Garoppolo some protection that he needs. And the fact that I actually have an interesting tidbit that kind of came up about Equanimeous St. Brown, and he had 34 targets without having a drop last year. I figure that's pretty friggin' awesome, especially for a rookie receiver that dropped because people thought he had performance issues. And I mean, people kept thinking, MBS might be the one to step up. But me and you are high on ESB, and he is, I think he's going to be a big part of this offense going forward. But hold on, let me get into something more. This is funny to me. Of course, Aaron Rodgers' quarterback wit comes out. We'll get to this later, too, in the show, but I have to say it. Aaron Rodgers is letting the other QBs in the NFC North having the beer-chugging title to their name because they're not better at anything else. I can't get to it soon enough. It's hilarious because Rodgers, of course, his comedic side played to it, and it was wonderful the way he played off it. Another thing is we're gonna have to not only deal with EJ Manuel in the broadcast booth. I don't know what network he's going to yet, but all I know, if his broadcasting ability, just like any of his quarterback play, oh, God, he might be worse than Jason Witten.
Jason Witten, I think, is going to be a all-time worst broadcaster. Like, he was worse than Dennis Miller. Job. Dennis Miller wasn't actually that bad. He just didn't know or like football enough that, like, why would you put him in a booth? Like, he's a comedian that really doesn't
he doesn't really have a filter either. Dennis Miller, whenever it comes to his mind, he just says, and I'm pretty sure the first night they put him on, he dropped a couple swear words, and I'm like, yeah, Dennis can't do that. Also, too,
that's the problem.
The Pats cut Austin Seferian-Jenkins right after they just signed him recently, and now they're cutting him because apparently Patriots folks are saying that Gronk will come back, but Gronk is denying it. So, all in all, I think Gronk is going to come back. I just think he's staying retired to make sure the Patriots don't trade him, because they almost traded him to the purgatory of the NFL last year, the Lions. Yeah, so No, he'll probably do it at the end of training camp. Well, yeah, it's also to know his job's going to be safe to where he comes back and didn't have to worry about getting traded to NFL purgatory. But actually, there's another thing I wanted to move into.
I've had my mic off here for a while, so like nothing I just said anybody heard besides you. I'm just a genius man. I'm fat and 1,000.
So Packers fans I've been seeing online have been wanting this to happen. I know we have the cap room, but our running back room is full right now. I've been seeing a lot of people saying trade Josh Jones and draft pick for Duke Johnson for the Browns to get that scat back. I love Duke Johnson's ability, but I really think our running back room is completely set right now. I think Dexter Williams is a 6th-round pick coming from a zone read system into a zone read system with Aaron Rodgers now. I think that's our big prediction. Remember, Jay, is Dexter Williams was going to go off this year and show people why he was passed on so much, and show to all the people that he should have been drafting earlier. Aaron Jones is going to do well. Jamal Williams is a good receiving back. It kind of reminds me of the system they had with Devontae Freeman and Tevin Coleman in Atlanta. So to the Packers fans who want Johnson, yeah, it's a nice sounding thing, but I think we're set where we're at.
It would be a luxury at this point. It's not a necessity.
It really would. I think they're going to add. Not need at all.
I think they're going to add another back, but I think, a guy like that, I think is, when you're going to add a 4th back, it's usually going to be that cut guy at the end of the cuts. It could even be a veteran that gets cut for a younger guy at the end of the preseason at the final cut downs, where he's already a guy that he wants to play on a team that's got a chance to win. He's a good, dependable guy in certain situations, especially to teach younger guys how to play in the NFL. And yet he's still your 4th guy in the depth chart, but given injuries or anything else, you don't need to worry about going and struggling to find another guy to learn your system later in the season. You see what I'm saying? I said it before. That was another one of my predictions. Remember, Dave? 3 veteran guys before the end of the preseason, age 27 to 30, I believe, will be added to this roster. And that could include after the final cutdowns, the 53-man roster. I just don't see
Duke Johnson getting added in.
I don't think he's going to get cut. No, because why would Cleveland cut him or trade him? Cleveland, because he might be an expendable piece to the fan base because what they have there. But then why would you go out and trade what you traded to go get Odell Beckham Jr.? You didn't need it.
Bingo.
That offense was starting to click without him last year. So what that's telling you is that they want every available weapon, and they want weapons upon weapons, so that if there are injuries, or actually I should say when there are injuries, that offense and that quarterback in year 2 don't have to worry about breaking in guys that, again, don't know the system late in the season. It's not a new concept to the NFL, guys. It's like, I know
really
as fans we want, it's just not a new concept. Teams are starting to figure this out. Like, you can have all these big name guys under contract. You just have to be able to shake the numbers out and be able to draft.
Thank you, Russ Ball.
Yeah, I mean, and we're not the only team doing it. That's my point. There's lots.
There's plenty.
Look, and we're going to talk to Julie, who we have Julie Noted on tomorrow, from co-founder with Mr. Russell Baxter, on tomorrow night. And we will talk about this. But right, the Colts are a prime example of this. They're another
Chris
team that's an example of right. And you've seen what they turned around last year. So, you got anything else?
And they added more defensive weapons this year. No, for news updates, I mean, there's silly stuff like J.J. Watt got to meet his hero, being a Wisconsin guy. He met Brett Favre. Like, it's just an off-season story. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
there's a subject I want to get in on. I know all these young cats like ESB, like I just mentioned, NBS, Kumaro, Jamon Moore. There's a lot of talent at wide receiver for the pool, but there's a guy that I can't stop seeing people pass up, and I don't get it, because before he got hurt last year, he was on the same pace for yards with Davante Adams as Geronimo Allison. This is bugging the hell out of me. This guy is one of the main reasons we won that Bear game. That first touchdown to come back and have Geronimo hit that deep long pass in the right corner of the end zone. And plus having him throughout all the way till week 4.
Do you know what scares me about Geronimo Allison?
Yes,
do you know what scares me about Geronimo Allison? It's not the injuries. I can name 50 guys that have had a career path similar to Geronimo Allison, just in my memory of Green Bay. That he's an undrafted guy. He shows you those pops and flashes, a little inconsistent, and then the injury bug hits him. Then people start to actually expect it from him because he's actually earned his way up the depth chart, and then they fall off a cliff. Okay? So that's why I'm skeptic. Like, I'm optimistic because he does have talent, but I'm skeptical because for a lot of reasons there's still more still more cons with Geronimo Allison when you look at his entire career than there is pros. You see what I'm saying? Whereas Equanimeous St. Brown, well, Jake Kumaro to me falls in the same category as Geronimo Allison. Can't stay healthy. So to me, I would rather, and again, I picked the under when it came to taking 5 or more receivers. I truly believe they are going to, that because of the way they're going to have to play and they want to play, that there is only going to be 4 wide receivers because the 5th wide receiver essentially is taking up a spot in tight end, which they are going to get another tight end. They're going to keep 4. I said it before. I still believe that. And so...
Yeah, I think 3. I don't think 4.
Jimmy Graham's not playing on the line this year. He will take, I bet you, I will take the over, I'll take the under on Jimmy Graham being on the line of scrimmage in a traditional tight end form 25% of the total offensive plays, and I will take the under on this season.
I think Mercedes Lewis is going to get a lot more plays in, especially with Nathaniel Hackett.
Then you got to get rid of Jimmy Graham. Then you got to line Jimmy Graham up as a wide receiver. Then
that's fine with me.
That's my point. And he essentially, because of money, value, production, career path, blah blah blah, he takes Geronimo Allison's spot because Davante Adams is there, and Equanimeous St. Brown has shown enough to get some touches, and MVS has the exact same statistical numbers as guys we went through as James Jones, Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson, Donald Driver, several guys that ended up. Well, that's what I'm saying. So I'm just trying to lay this out honestly. Now, I could be dead wrong. I mean, it's not like I've got any inside information. This is just my gut of what I know about football and how I pay attention to what the Packers are doing and what I expect from them. And I just think people's mindset is so stuck of the 14 years of Mike McCarthy, they can't get past that when it comes to building the roster final cutdowns. They're just, you understand what I'm saying? Like, they got to change their mindset and view the roster differently. It's just different. There are going to be more offensive linemen, more tight ends, and more running backs. That's more important to this, the way they want to run this team, because that takes the illness off of Aaron Rodgers. And if you look at the teams that Shanahan's built, that's how their rosters are built. And it's like, I'm not just trying to reach out of the freaking sky here. I'm just looking at.
No, you're not.
In a hole,
I'm just aboard the Geronimo train. I
understand.
Since he got here. He has a connection with Rodgers, and that's the biggest thing. Is a lot of these other receivers just didn't connect with Rodgers. Like, or they lose it. Like Jennings, he